Good morning, everybody. This is Ralph Wakeman live from Shenandoah SewandVac. I'm glad you all have joined me today. I've got someone coming in the door. Oh boy, I think, oh boy. It's a bagless vacuum cleaner. I'll be with you all in a minute. I'm going to take care of them. I don't have anybody watching, so when you watch it later, hey, there's nobody here for a little bit. Hold on. Yes, ma'am. What's up? Oh, the plug. I can help you with that. I can't do it right this second.
That's fine, that's fine.
But let me get you to fill out a paper here for me.
Sure.
And that is funny. That's the second. No, I guess it's not the same. I've got about 3 documents here.
I didn't notice that in this. Actually, I work part-time up at Foltz's at H&R. And I said, and I broke it. I said, I'm taking
oh, my goodness.
I said, I'm
shame on you. It happens. Yes. Oh, you need a new plug anyway. Okay, today is 9/10/25.
Yes.
And what brand is this scooter here? This is a Eureka. EUREKA-SPIRIT. And I've got the vacuum only, no tools, hopefully. Oh,
no.
yep, there is.
Okay.
Here, Merry Christmas. Take that with you, please.
Yes.
That's one thing I don't have to deal with. Okay, so I just got the vacuum cleaner and replace plug. Okay, I need a name, address, and phone number on there, and then you can go on your way.
And how much you think it'll be?
It'll be under $25.
Okay.
I can't promise you everything else. Hopefully that's all there is.
Yeah, just take care of that.
It's nothing worse than taking your car into the garage and they quote you, and they're nice people, but then they find something else wrong, and then you go, oh no, that wasn't what I was planning on.
Hold on, wait. No.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm sorry for ignoring you for a few moments, but now that I'm using 2 different cameras, it's hard to move everybody around. Although you on Facebook should be going to YouTube anyway, because YouTube saves my show and Facebook doesn't after a period of time. So, all right. So today we're going to start off with talking about sewing machines. Now, I had a lady call me from Atlanta in the Georgia area, and I was able to help her out with her phone. Thank you very much. It will probably be in the next couple of days.
Okay.
All right. She was a lady that had a problem with a sewing machine that she got at a yard sale. But she's been having a problem ever since she got her machine. And the problem that she's been having has been the needle has been breaking or the thread has been tearing. And I asked a few questions and come to find out that she showed me on the screen her bobbin in the bobbin case. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys what I saw on the screen. You see that there? See that bobbin in there? See how it's sitting in there like that? You see that in there? See how it's sitting in there? You see the angle? There's space. The final frontier in the top of that. Okay? Well, she said that's the kind of bobbin she's been using since she got it. And she says it'll sew along just fine for a while. And all of a sudden, it just breaks the thread and the bobbin case. She didn't know about this. But when you're sewing along, your needle will go in this little hole here. Your little hole here on your bobbin case. The needle goes down in there. Well, with this bobbin in there, you will see right there, you will see right in the middle of that, you will see the bobbin. I don't know if you can see it there, but I'm going to help you. See that little bobbin shows up right there on that, and the needle comes down, hits on that. Not good. It's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to have a different kind of bobbin. This bobbin looks like 2 contact lenses put together. You can buy it in plastic or metal, either way. Okay? But it's curved. Okay, and you don't want it curved for this bobbin case. This is the proper bobbin for in the bobbin. This is the metal one, but you can see I've got it all the way in, and it is flat. There's no space at the top. It's right there, right up against it. The thread won't get caught in or anything, and it is smooth. All right, so that is the solution. And I was going to call her before we got started this morning, but there's this thing called time, T-I-M-E, and we all have the same amount. I know I have the same amount of time that the richest man in the world has, or the same amount of time that the people in all these different foreign countries have too. And yet I don't use my time as wisely as I should. So anyway, I'm trying to find a place to sit down. Well, not really. I was trying to find a pathway to where I should be in here. So this is what was wrong with her machine. And when she had talked to my niece, who lives down there with her four would they be nephews to me? No. Anyway, four kids down there that she has been very happy that it's been working for now. It will be working for a long time. It was a good heavy-duty machine. I don't sell that kind, but it was a good machine, and she got a good deal at a yard sale. It just depends upon using it properly. Most things, that is the way it is. People fuss and complain, and that's going to be my theme today, is talking about fussing and complaining. But anyway, that is one of the situations that can be solved with doing the right thing. And sometimes doing the right thing isn't easy. It's kind of sad. Okay, so next thing I'm going to talk about is lamps. Notice I haven't talked about vacuum cleaners yet, and that's because I forgot what I was going to say about them, and I didn't write my notes about it today. Just to let you know, my wife is not here right now. She has gone to visit her family on the left coast over in Idaho. I had to go that far to find someone that didn't know the Wakeman family. And I did a good job. I got a good one. All right, so here we are with a lamp that I just fixed for a customer. And this customer had this antique lamp. They wanted it to stay as close to its original as possible. And that's good because these parts are very rare. The parts you get nowadays would look like this. See how shiny that is? It's shiny. Anyway, and also the size of it's different. The size is smaller than this one is. This one's a large socket pull chain. Okay, and most of the lamps out there today, if you find one with a pull chain, will be a small socket pull chain. Well, the one that this lady had was a large socket pull chain. Let me show you this. Compare the two. You will see that the sizes are different. Big and little. Can you see the difference? Big and little. That's Sesame Street when they used to talk about this kind of stuff. Okay, so you got big, you got little. They don't work together. This will move around in the socket a lot, and this will not even fit in this socket. It just sits there and laughs at you. This is an anti-Q, and one of the problems this had was the chain that was in here was not moving properly. Now, it isn't even snapping at all. So this one I had to change out because I couldn't fix it. I was going to try to fix these and save them having to buy a new, and also because I only have 2 of these large socket pull chains left, or I did. Now I have none, but I will try to find them later. Most companies are cutting out this kind of thing because there's not enough need. And I don't know if you can hear this, but no, you can't. Okay, this one was snapping every other time, which is not good. We want it to snap every time so it turns on and off. Well, the problem is, if you'll look at this socket here, these chains, this one here, is this piece here is part of the shell. Okay? And on the new style, it just has an opening for this piece to slide through. Well, the old one didn't have that ability. Plus, the new chain would have been shiny. And we didn't want shiny. We wanted to look like the old one. So what I did was took off the chains off of this and put it on the new large, where'd it go? The new large shell socket. Okay, so these are actually connected to the switch inside right here. Okay, so that's how these things are working. All right, so I wanted to point that out, that many of these parts nowadays are not available for all lamps. So you have to be careful. You have to be looking around and seeing if you can. I find them. I had to buy the last set of parts I got from California out there on the left coast, and but I got them, and I'm very happy because my supplier used to be in Connecticut, up in Yankee country, up there in Waterford, I think it was, Connecticut, And they sold out and merged with this company in California. So that's why I have to go there and get my parts now. Very hard to find antique lamp parts, new. I said antique, but the parts that fit antique lamps, new. And it's very hard to get those. So, also, I wanted to point out about back to sewing machines for a second here. We were talking about bobbin cases and how the bobbin was not right for that. Well, there are different kinds of bobbin cases nowadays, all kinds. This is one. This is another kind. You'll notice how big around they are. Remember, I've talked about this in the past, that all your thread, every stitch you make, goes around this whole bobbin case every time you make a stitch. So, if you use real cheap thread that's real thin and real weak, after a period of time, it's going to break because it keeps going around them and doesn't do a good job. So you want to make sure you have fairly good thread so it doesn't get caught. Also, look for little burrs, either on these. I use magnifying glasses to look on these because they are so fine. There could be a rough spot on here and the thread will catch. There's problems there. Uh-oh, it's saying it's trying to reconnect on Facebook. Are you connecting? I guess it has. Okay. So, if you want to leave any comments, just write them. They should show up on my screen. Even on Facebook, it should do it. It says here, all comments will appear here. It says on that screen down there. Up here, I think it just shows up over there. I hear some mess. My wife was not here to tell me to go soak my head this morning, which is something she does quite a bit, and I need it. Okay. All right, so we've talked about lamps. We've talked about sewing machines twice. And now with vacuum cleaners, I would like to talk about some of the things concerning bagless vacuum cleaners. And as many of you know, I don't really sell them very often. The ones I sell I'm very picky about because most bagless vacuum cleaners are not easy to take care of. And I have people coming in quite a few times coming in. I take great care of my vacuum cleaner. I don't want to buy those stupid bags. I just want to take care of my vacuum cleaner. That's fine. That's up to you. But when you change a bag, you've got a clean vacuum. Usually you have a clean vacuum. But with a bagless vacuum cleaner, you think, I dump out that little bucket of dirt and everything's fine. It's not. Because there are other filters in the vacuum, at least 2 others, sometimes 3 or more. So with the bagless vacuum cleaner, make sure not only do you clean the tank and the little cone that has all the little holes in it, and you can use water to do that as long as there's no electricity going into that part of the vacuum cleaner. You wash that out, let it dry. My answer to when you want things to dry is to put them in the dash of your car. When you put them in the dash of your car, it dries faster. The heat gets in there and kind of causes it to dry really well. I've got some people coming in my store right now, live at Shenandoah SewandVac. Yes, ma'am. How can I help you?
Looking for bags.
She is looking for bags. Now, you're not looking for family members or anything. You're just looking for vacuum bags, right?
Yeah, I've got all my family all together.
Okay, well, that's good because I have some people coming in looking for old bags, and I want to make sure.
That size.
Okay.
The canisters.
See this? This was bought for me, most likely.
It is.
Oh, you're so nice to me. Okay, this is called the Kenmore or Panasonic, okay, vacuum cleaner bag, or now some of them are called Titan. And these are the canister type, and these are type C, type 5055, or type 5057. Or if you're going to get really afraid of dirt, you can buy ones that are made out of cloth. You just cover up the hole and use it for a pillow. It's not true. But anyway, they really protect you from dirt. They're 3M brand, and they're called the Q bags. Just to drive me crazy, they do that. I'll be right back. You all just wait. All right, I got Facebook and YouTube on there. So.
Okay.
All right, so do you need a pack of 3 or a pack of 9?
3.
3, I've got them.
Perfect.
I think, well, let's not say perfect yet. I've said that, and I'm thinking I'm right. But I have been known to be wrong before. Just talk about children. Okay, hold on here. Oh, there they are. Pack of 3. All right, now I just changed my prices since before COVID. I just did that this week, realizing that all my prices have doubled. Well, you know what? I'm gonna charge you the old price because my computer's not up yet. It's $6.31. What a deal!
$6.31.
I know I wasted $1 or $2.
All right, let's see here.
Thank you. The print passed. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to get into that. Here's the deal. All right.
Okay, 1 and 2 and
My customers know how to count.
3, 4,
Isn't that great?
5, 6.
Okay.
I hope so. I graduated.
Well,
1, 2,
my wife taught me how to count back change.
5. All right, $6.
There it is.
And 31 cents.
31. Do you think you have that?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I'm going to sit here then.
You sit and rest.
And well, I'm not resting. I'm talking to my clientele here. Nobody watching me right now. They watch it later.
30, 31 cents, sir.
All right, look at there. Real money. You can tell the government. I'm going to count this. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
And thank you. Thank you, young man, for coming in and helping hold the door and carrying that bag. That's very important.
Exactly.
Give him the other one. I'll give him more to Will.
Helper.
That's what you need.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you all. You all have a great day.
Thank you.
I'm Ralph, by the way. All right. Thank you all.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, I know. I took a couple of minutes to go away from the screen. Twice now so far. All right, so back to what I was talking about. I was talking about vacuum cleaners, bagless vacuum cleaners. There's usually you've got the tank, you've got the screen that the dirt goes around in. The principle of a bagless vacuum cleaner is very similar to a filter queen. How many of you know what a filter queen is? Okay, it's a tank type vacuum. My family, the Wakeman family have lots of them. There were some salesmen that came into the area and hoodwinked or did a good job of selling all of the Wakemans into buying these things. And then some of them went out and bought more at auctions and things so they could have one on each floor of the house. They have a blowing ability, and I'm still looking for my hair dryer here somewhere for those. And they had the spraying ability. And someday I'm going to do a magic trick here with a beach ball and show you how that they can do all kinds of crazy things. Excuse me, I didn't mean to rub my nose in front of y'all, but I don't have a mute button for my nose. I don't have a mute button for my mouth, and that would probably be very helpful. Okay, you'll notice down here in Facebook, I've pulled the camera up a little bit so it doesn't look like I'm so heavy. And up here, well, you got to put up with what you get on YouTube. Okay, back to the vacuums. Okay, so you've got the tank with the little holes in it, and the principle is it spins the dirt around in the tank. Woo! And as it does that, it keeps it away from the suction in the middle. It's pulling the air through the vacuum. That's the principle. It's supposed to spin it around and then pull the clean air up through the middle, and the dirty air stays out at the sides. And it works sort of. Now, on a filter queen, it has a big cone filter that protects the vacuum from the dirt that doesn't get spun around. And when it quits spinning around, it helps protect the motor also. On a bagless vacuum cleaner, the dirt will go up to these little cones, these little holes, and it's supposed to keep that dirt from going up in there too. It doesn't really. So, but besides that, usually at the top of the vacuum cleaner tank, there is a filter, a washable filter or a replaceable filter. Preferably, you want a washable filter. Use only water, because if you use soap, it kind of breaks the foam down and falls apart, and then you come see me. I make more money, which I should be happy about, but I don't want to steal your money. I just want to earn your money. Okay, so anyway, so you've got that filter up there. Then the air goes through the motor. You've got a suction section up there. It goes, it pulls the air through, and hopefully if the tank fits nice and tight, it's going to be pulling the air through, goes down through the motor. The air goes through the motor, clean or dirty, it doesn't care. It's not prejudice. It will take whatever air goes through it. And then most of these vacuum cleaners have an exhaust filter. And I had a customer this past week that was so pleased with themselves because they kept the top of it clean, and I told them, man, you do a really good job. That vacuum will last you a long time if you take care of the whole thing. And I said, what do you mean? That's the whole thing, isn't it? I said, no. And I reached down and pull out this tray, and they said, what are you doing? I said, I think I'm finding your problem. That's what I think I am. And it was a little little filter in the bottom. It was a Hoover vacuum cleaner, but Bissell makes the same kind of deal. Anyway, there's a little filter down there, and it was filthy. You couldn't see through it. I don't know how they forced air through it. So it might have come out the sides, is the way some of these filters work. So you need to keep that clean or replace it, okay? And that will be very helpful to you. Got another customer coming in. I think this is a relative. Of course, most people in the county here are my relatives, so there you go. All right. Any questions? Oh, I didn't tell you to call me. My number's right up here. Let's see. Ooh, wait a minute. Do I have my... It didn't have my phone number. 540. Who cares? We're just going to go back with that. I'm going to say done. All right. Right in the middle of the screen. Apply. There we go. All right. There. You can look up my phone number. It's 459-1888. Call me, and I'll answer your questions. Yes, ma'am. What are you looking for today? It looks like that's kind of dirty.
You think?
That's to an Electrolux.
Yes.
How did I know that? Okay, so
And I need some of the bags if you have.
I have the bags. The filter, maybe not. I'll have to see about that. I am, by the way, I'm live on YouTube and Facebook right now. I do this every week.
Oh, really?
At 10 o'clock. I'm thinking of changing the hours. That's what I was going to tell you all about. I'm thinking of changing the hours a little bit because I'm going out to Idaho in 2 weeks to go get my wife. She ran away. No, she went to her dad's birthday party out there. Anyway, I'm going to go out and get her for a week. And I think I'm going to do a live show out there on Wednesday morning. And but it's not going to be at 10 o'clock in the morning because that's 7 in the morning out there. And I'm not thinking I'm going to be up that early. Well, 3 hours difference, okay? It's just different from me. All right. So I'm thinking about changing the hours of my show, but I'll talk about that more next week. All right? So let me go take... Remember I was telling you about vacuum cleaners, and the bagless vacuum cleaners have like 3 or 4 places you need to keep clean. Well, on the Electrolux upright vacuum cleaner, you have that easy drop-in bag, super easy, but underneath of it, some of these vacuums have this. This is an under the vacuum bag filter that's supposed to capture the big dirt if it gets out of the bag. Okay, so don't let the cat out of the bag. Keep it in there, okay? But if it gets out, this will stop it from getting into the motor. So, anyway, I mean, years ago, we didn't have that. Matter of fact, years ago, we used to have dirt floors. So, I'm such a salesman. All right, I'll be right back. You all have fun. Wait a minute. If I've been on here a half hour, almost. I got 5 more minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, how many of the uprights do you want? I sell them about a piece. A whole $1.29 a piece. Big one.
Oh, just a couple, because I usually...
A couple. Is that 2 or 3? I can't keep up anymore because society keeps changing.
Let's make it 2.
All righty.
Because I have 1.
All right.
I keep this particular vacuum cleaner down in the lower level of the house because it's so heavy.
Okay, yeah, you need 2 vacuums.
Yeah, you need one
All
to
right,
reach the
there's
lower.
that, and I can go back here and see about the filter. If I do not have the filter, I can make you a filter,
Oh, neat.
which is better because it's washable and it lasts longer than
Well, that would be super.
I do not see it. Okay, so here's the deal. And I'm not running for president. It's like using that phrase. Here's the deal.
Well,
And-
would you?
Okay, here. No, I would not. Okay, so here it is. See, this is the filter. Feel that? Yeah, you can wash this. You can play with it. It does all. It's really great. So that's what I use for bulk filter. Let me go see if I can get a pair of scissors and cut that out.
Homemade bread compared to a local.
It is, and this is an old Hoover electrostatic filter, they call it. I'm over here, people.
Works for you, it'll work for me.
Well, everything works for me because I say so, but that doesn't make it right, okay? Yes, sir. I see you got a lamp. What did you do to it? I mean, what happened to it?
Something going on with the switch. It'll barely come on and then it cuts off every
Does it
time.
make a sizzling noise?
No, sir.
This is a Stifle lamp. So what I'm going to let you do is take that. As you can tell, this store is the epitome of cleanliness, and I don't want this dirtying up the place.
That's not true.
Hold this a second. I'm going to take this off. You can bring this back if you want me to put it back on. I don't charge extra for doing that. But boy, that's a nice. Look at the size of that finial. That is a big, heavy.
Oh
But it's a
my gosh.
Stifle lamp too,
They
so
don't
that
make it
makes
like
fun.
that. Yeah.
Oh, they do make them like that. If
Oh,
you
yeah,
got
some,
if you
yeah.
got the chain. Okay, sir, if you can put your name, address, and phone number on there, and then circle that. They'll tell me it's a lamp, but I'll fill that in the rest later. Okay. Alrighty, now let's get this filter on here. Do we have any viewers on here yet? No. Still nobody, but that's all right. Every once in a while I get somebody hop on there and then they run away because they realize I'm talking about them.
Who do you have out at the barn? I saw you there the other day.
My son is living in the farmhouse next to Mom's, and we don't have anybody renting the barn right now. We put new siding on it, and okay. So now you can trim that to make it fit better if you want.
Okay.
Okay. So let me go work up the bill, and I'll be right back. Is that for me? Did it come to you?
Well, no. Those are brushes that I ordered.
Uh-huh.
And so since you're going to be screwing with it, you just may as well pull the old ones out and put those in.
What are we talking about? What is this?
This is a KitchenAid mixer.
Oh, yes, I will do so. But you didn't really need those. I looked at them. They were in good shape.
Yeah, they were okay.
Okay.
But may as well put new ones in there because I got them.
That sounds just fine, sir. I'm going to put that over here with the lamp right here. With the, no, I keep thinking lamp. But I'm going to put right here with this. And I'll be taking care of that here this week.
Okay.
Alrighty?
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
And you can take your light bulb too. Because I have a collection now. And I hate stealing things. Okay? Thank you, thank you. So the socket is giving you problems.
Yeah.
Now, do you like a one-way or a three-way socket?
It doesn't really matter as long as
That
it'll
bulb
stay.
is a one-way.
Yeah, one way then.
So I'm going to put a one-way. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me go back here. All right, now I have to have my program up, Ralph. You are here. All right. Well, I'm just going to do it by hand, and I'll do the taxes on and stuff later. Okay. So it's 129. So that's 2, 4, 5. 225 and then $5. I'm going to charge $5 for the silver. More than 5 and 5, 6, 7, 7. All right, we're just going to make it 8 even. Alrighty.
Okay.
What a deal.
Well, that's what I say. What a deal.
All right.
I hope I have
Now
$8.
here's the deal. I don't like that one. That makes me a little nervous.
Let's see if I
I'm
have
getting political
$8.
again. Okay.
6, 7.
All right, still nobody on here. But you saw what I did. I made a filter for her so she didn't have to go out and buy a special piece of foam, which foam isn't as good a filter as what I've got.
6, 7. Let me see. I just might have.
I have change here. So.
Okay, okay. That next thing I have is a 20. Can you
See,
do that one?
someone,
Can you
a
do-
20? I thought you had 2 5s there.
No, I only have 1 5 and 2 1s.
2 1s? Oh, let's just make it even 7. Go ahead.
Ralph.
No, I'm such a. Well, I'll see you again. You were in at the nursing home when we put
Yeah.
mom. We have mom in there for winter camp right now, or
Oh,
fall
winter
camp. Yeah,
Oh,
3 weeks she's going to be in there.
yeah.
So.
My husband's up at Sunnyside in skilled care at
In Manassas?
no, Sunnyside in
Manassas?
Harrison.
Oh, at the Mennonite place. Sunnyside Community.
Yeah, it's Presbyterian. I thought.
Well, it might be
Yeah, I
Presbyterian.
think it's Presbyterian.
It's one of those Christian
Yeah.
things. All right. So I do need some money though. I didn't say it was free. Although, you know,
Oh my God.
I could
Dear God.
I am glad I remembered that because I would have just let you leave and then I've been watching the video and said, wait a minute, she didn't give me anything.
I just had my wellness checkup like.
Well, you're doing great then.
Well, and I aced that, but then I come out and I just don't.
Now do they give you the 3 words? They give you 3
Yes.
words to remember, and then
And
they
I-
have a whole conversation and come back and say
Yeah.
what was going on, and
Yeah.
I'll think, no, that didn't work for me.
Oh, well, I still know them. It was nation, finger, and river.
Wow. I would have forgotten.
Well, when
nation.
she came back in, she went out to get when she the.
I'd have said country.
And then she came back in with Angela, and so I recited them again. She said, "You're just showing off." I said, "Yes, I am."
Well, if I could do it, I would. But I'm terrible with names.
Did I give you the money?
Yes, I've got it over here. I hid it from you because I didn't want you to pick it up again.
Oh Lord!
Run off with
it's,
it.
It's just, I tell you, getting old is.
Well, there's not too many alternatives. I mean, there are some. I saw some on the drive in this morning by the cemetery, but I think this is good.
And there's some things worse than death.
Yeah.
So,
well, this life is always so long, and then eternity's a lot longer. So we'll be alive longer than we're dead.
Exactly.
Don't forget your bags behind you there, though. I want to point that out because I just could see you walk out.
My poor husband is, I mean, he'll never walk again. I mean, all the years he's walked with his dog.
Yeah.
And his dementia gets worse every day.
There was a time. You people are going to be hearing me tell stories here. There was a day that I told one of my employees when I had employees that I was going to go down to the thrift store when it was on the back street back there, and I was going to get a pair of Rockport shoes that God was going to have them for me. And she said, how do you know they're going to be Rockports there? Because that's what I need. So I went down there to get them. And they were a 50-cent day or whatever it was. So I went in there, and I went to get them, and your husband picked them up first. And I came back and said, well, I didn't get them. And she said, but they were there? I said, yes, they were there. So then one day he comes into the store and hands them to me and said, here, take these. And I showed them to the employee. I said, see, God even gave them to me. I didn't have to pay anything for them. She was amazed. I said, well, you know, fools and babies, got to take care of some fools. I'm no baby, by the way.
Oh, golly. Well, it's been many years since I've been in here. Right?
Well, I'm sorry to say it's not the same as it was.
Yes,
Barb Lambert is rolling in her grave right now because she had this place spick and span.
Oh, my gosh.
And all my employees did. They always said, don't be by yourself more than 3 days. And it's been 5 years. So there you go.
Yeah.
They were right. I knew they were right.
Yeah.
Oh, I said that on the air. Well, there you go. It's just true. Thank you so much. So you were in at the Warren there. I noticed.
Yeah, it was just and Joe Stickley and Ellie Hahn.
Okay. Yeah, she's down the hall from Mom.
Yeah.
Oh my. So she's so much fun.
They're both former church people.
Uh-huh.
So and Joe and I remember Miss Jean Ellen Davis.
Yes, she was in there for a while. I never got.
Yeah.
She was my favorite English teacher.
She was my favorite everything. Joe Stickley and I used to take her to all her appointments.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she had lots of them too. I mean, Winchester, Harrisonburg, you name it, we went. But we took her everywhere. And Joe is a retired Air Force nurse, so she would take care of the medical stuff,
mm-hmm.
and I went along to keep peace between the three of us.
Well, there you go. That can happen. That can happen. So, Mom, you go in to visit her, which is a good thing to do. But then after a while, she will. After everybody's gone, she'll kind of forget that it's happened. Yeah. But she enjoys it when she's there. So that's good.
Yeah. Sometimes my husband doesn't even know me. He just he gets our daughter and Lisa said, Mom, let's stand beside him together and see if he can figure out which one we are.
But he's not angry or anything. He's pleasant.
So far.
Okay,
now,
that is good.
When he was still at home, he was still at home, and I did this for almost 4 years
mm-hmm.
with the help of Blue Ridge Hospice. But every now and then he would get real testy with me, and if something I
well,
said,
he knew what was what.
He's told me 2 different occasions, pack your bags and get out. And I said, okay, where do I sign? I said, I just have a really great place to go. Where do I sign?
Now the real joke is when somebody with dementia has a problem, you get them in the car, you take them for a drive around the block, you come back home and say, oh, that was a nice ride.
Yeah, it's.
They'll do that with me soon, so that's okay.
And my motto is laugh to keep from crying.
It is.
You laugh to keep from crying.
Well, and I was going to talk about that today about people being angry. I'm just angry all the time.
I know.
And, if you have a crappy attitude, no, it's going to be crappy. It's sort of like Pigpen in his dirt. It's going to be around you all the time unless you choose to say, well, who's in control, me or God? Well, it's not me, and I'm certainly glad of that. Because if I were God, there would be a lot of people not around, and probably I would be hated by everybody.
Yeah, being around angry people, it just drags you down.
It does.
It
does, and I hate this. I hate to tell people that, but sometimes I'll say you need to get away from that person. They're not. Now, if you can build yourself up and then go spend some time with them, that's good. But if you're around them all the time and they're always grumpy, that's not good.
It's just, it's a real downer. So.
All right. Well,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming by, and thank you all for not watching this while I'm talking. So, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to go chase my wife down here in about 2 weeks. I got to go get her. She ran away. So, we'll see you later. Okay. hopefully I didn't talk about anything too personal on here today. But back to the vacuum cleaners, just keep your filters clean. Okay? Keep your filters clean. If they're not clean, they won't do a good job. And especially the filters that are on the exhaust of the vacuum cleaner. All right? We talked about the tank, we talked about the cone, and we talked about the filter in the top of the cone, but then we got the filter that's the exhaust filter. If that filter is really, really dirty, you got a problem somewhere else, because that means the dirt's gone through the motor. And when dirt goes through the motor, it gets into the bearings, and we almost lose our bearings all the time. Matter of fact, here is a bearing, and this has a rubber coating on it to keep dirt from getting inside the part that spins. There's little balls in there that spin around. But dirt can still get inside those bearings and cause them to go bad. And when they go to bad, the motor starts making weird noises. I don't know what that was. Or grinding noises. And on the old Electroluxes, when you turn them off, they would make a rattling noise because the bearings were going bad. They weren't completely bad. They were going bad. And the middle shaft would shake around a little bit when you turn the vacuum off. Okay? And the reason that is because when it spun real fast, there's this thing called centrifugal force. Can we all say centrifugal force? It's when you spin something around and it wants to go out, but it also balances. It balances the motor so it doesn't jump around. It's just spinning real fast. As a matter of fact, have you ever done the experiment? I know we did it. I think we did it with our kids when they were younger. You take a can of water and attach it to a string, and you swing it around. You could swing it over your head. You could swing it all around, and it will not spill out. That's because centrifugal force pushes the water to the inside of the can. And I remember when I went to the fair and amusement parks when I was much younger, you'd go in this place where it'd be either a room that spun around, and then the floor would drop out from underneath of you, and you'd be just dangling there against the side of the building that was spinning. Or, sometimes they have a cage, and the cage would go up and go down. And when you're in there, you'd look down at the ground, and then you'd spin around, look up. I love those things. I don't know what it was. I think it was the pressure of pushing all the blood to the back of my head, which I don't have as much blood now as I used to, I think. But anyway, I used to really enjoy that. So, now, and I've already talked about what I was going to say earlier. I keep thinking of Louis Armstrong singing "What a Wonderful World," because it is. Now, there's a lot of junk going on. Murders, crime. There is people saying bad words to one another. People just saying bad words. Doesn't matter what party they are, they all use bad words. Why? You don't need to use bad words. Remember the story I told about the lady with the sewing machine? She did use bad words, but it was bad words, bad words, bad words. Just do that. Hey, just get it out of your system. So anyway, thank you all so much for this time. I will be with you next week and also be announcing a new time for the show. I think 10 o'clock is not good because I have had no real people watching and no real people calling me. I've had people watching, but later, not at the time. So I'm going to try a different time. If you want, please, in the comments, I think they're down below here, even on Facebook. On YouTube, I know they're down there. Okay, well, yeah, they're down there. If you write down there, you can put a comment, say, hey, I'd like it if it was on at such and such a time. The kids are down for their nap, the mailman's already come, or, I'm not out, I'm in the house this time. I still want it to be on Wednesdays, but I don't need it to be at 10 o'clock. I could be at a different time. Another car just pulled up. Oh my goodness. She opened up the trunk. All right, I'm going to sign off before they get in here. All right, I'm going to start off turning off Facebook here first, and I hit the finish button, and it's going to say canceling and ending the live broadcast. Say goodnight, Gracie. All right, now you guys up there on Facebook, YouTube, going to see you all later too. You get to stay on just a little bit longer. All right, here we go. Say goodnight, Gracie. All right, I hit the end, and it says, do you wish to end this live stream? I say yes right now. Hold on. I'll be with you in just a second there. I want to keep it. I don't want it to go away. All right. Say goodnight, Gracie. All right. Good night, Gracie.